Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Scientist Hay Farmer, winter version. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which I like to call tool time. Today I wanted to make a really quick video just talking about a really simple and effective source of shop heat I use in the winter. Also, let me introduce you to my black eye. I got it because I hit it on the end of a posthole digger. So if a lot of you are like me, which I'm sure you probably are, you have a shop or garage space that's not insulated, and I don't actually have a source of heat in here either. So let me tell you about the best $150 you might spend this year. It all starts with a infrared paint curing lamp. And let me show you the label here so you can, so you can see what it actually is. So this lamp is made by Infratech, and it's a very good brand, by the way. And best of all, it is made here in the good old US of A. This is 1500 watt. You can get your model number and serial number. Well, you don't need the serial number, but this is a medium wave infrared lamp. And it doesn't put out a lot of light. It's not supposed to, but the bulb inside there is what gives off all the infrared waves, and that is what heat things. The nice thing about infrared, or I should say the unique thing about infrared, is infrared doesn't actually heat the air, it heats objects. So that means the space in here, it's not sending warmth out all over the garage, although if I put my hand under here, it feels really warm because my hand is an object and it's being heated by that. But also, everything down here is super warm. So what I've done is I take my lamp and I take one of my little body stands. You can use some sawhorses or whatever. I take a little 3/4 inch piece of OSB that I had laying around. You can use whatever you want that will support it. And it just makes a nice little bench here. Since this is a infrared curing lamp, its primary purpose is for curing paint. That's what I have it for. But this was kind of a second use I made for it in the winter. Anyway, because it's there, I can actually continue to paint little parts all throughout the winter. I'll throw them down here, let them get kind of warm. It takes about 10 minutes, and then I'll paint them. Once they're painted, when they're exposed to the infrared sitting under here, the paint dries very quickly. It cures very quickly. Once it's dry to the touch, I'll bring them in the house and let everything finish curing for a couple days in the house. So some of you might be saying, well, duh, that's obvious. That's what the purpose of heat lamps are. Yeah, there's nothing really novel to this, but the reason I'm kind of drawing it out is the emphasis of the paint curing lamp. Because for those of you that, like me, are also in automotive restoration, right now I'm working on the 78 LTD2 and a 70 F250 as well. This serves a dual purpose for drying and curing paint, and so it works really nicely for that, and that's not necessarily something you get from a heat lamp. So what's really nice about a little system like this is it doesn't take a lot of space, it doesn't use a lot of energy, but anything on the bench down here is warm. And it can be 30, 20 degrees here in the shop. And I feel completely comfortable because you can work with your gloves off. Every time you go to pick up a tool, the tool is warm. The parts you're working with are warm. Your arms are sitting under here under the lamp, and they are being kept warm as well. Well, I hope this was mildly useful and maybe gave you some ideas to keep yourself warm in the winter. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I did get this off Amazon, by the way. It was around $150 or something like that. I use it all the time for painting and whatnot, especially when temperatures start to get a little colder. Alternatively, these lamps, UV lamps, also work really well for like curing drywall mud, drying that off fast if you got a little patch on the wall. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have more videos coming up in the coming weeks or maybe months, depending on how long I get to them. One of the videos is I'm gonna talk about how to, well, I'm gonna show a crappy old Harbor Freight blast cabinet that I found in a field, bought it for 50 bucks, and then I modified it and made it super awesome. And then I'm also going to talk about, at some point, installing moisture meters on your square baler. So if you're into tools or making hay, then stay tuned. Hit like and subscribe if you want to keep up to date. Hit the notification buttons, and then you can follow me along anytime I post more of these neat ideas. Maybe not neat, but it works for me. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.